No, let's get right into it.
Thursday, December 29th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, Dallas Cowboys at Tennessee Titans. Cowboys 11-4, 3-3 on the road. Titans 7-8, 3-4 at home. Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee, 54 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 10 miles per hour. The Week 18 Titans Jaguars winner will win the AFC South, regardless of what either team does in Week 17. So there's no scenario which the winner of the Week 18 matchup doesn't win the division. So this game is meaningless for the Titans, and the market has shown that. This opened up with the Cowboys -7 and -105. Now it's -10. It did get up to 10.5. It's back to 10. The total opened up at 43.5. It's all the way down to 40. So a big move there. We'll take a look at the cash flow on this one. 4,816 tickets in. I don't know how. But 27% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the Titans somehow. I can't explain that, and I won't. 41% of the tickets and 89% of cash on the under. That does make sense. Terry Walker says Dallas. Cowboys coming off a 40-34 win at home over the Eagles. Prescott, 27-35, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's thrown an NFL worst 11 picks since returning in Week 7 from his broken thumb. But the team offensively looks very strong. I only was on the over in that game. I stayed off of the Eagles because I didn't hear anybody on the Cowboys, and that made me, except for the people who got in, the excellent gamblers that got in at -1 or -2.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
we found there were some middles to be found. That wasn't technically on my card, but that was my most profitable game of I don't know, the year.
I love it.
Landing in between 3 and 6.5 was kind of just a beautiful. I was so worried the Eagles were going to drive and end that one, but that was the most fun game of the weekend, honestly.
Absolutely, it was very fun to watch. But I also stayed off of the Eagles team total over, which at 19.5 was a gift. If I had to bet them both, obviously I lose a little bit of vig. A 5-game interception streak for Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb looked excellent, 10 catches, 122 touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton, first catch in his Dallas debut, 52-yarder on 3rd and 30, lone catch and target. Zeke ran 16 times for 55, Tony Pollard ran 9 for 19, but as always looks very dangerous out of the backfield, 6 catches for 61 yards. The defense, again, looked vulnerable. We've been saying this for 4 and 5 weeks. We didn't get the hate anymore because the people who were hating for all the bad things we've said about this defense as soon as Anthony Brown got hurt, they've given up. And when they disappear, it's an admission of guilt. Gardner Minshew at quarterback, 8 for 14 on 3rd down and 442 total yards. The Cowboys finished with 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits. Carson Bland had picks. Sam Williams inactive, their rookie defensive end, after being involved in the car crash Thursday, dealing with concussion symptoms. Titans come in off their 5th straight loss. Ugly 19-14 home setback to the lowly Texans. Malik Willis again looked incapable of running an NFL offense. I had thought that after him having the opportunity to watch for a little bit that he would be improved. That was not the case. 14-23, 99 yards, 2 interceptions, did run 7 times for 23 yards. Derrick Henry ran 23 times for 126 yards and a touchdown and lost a fumble. He's now lost 5 fumbles in the last 5 games. I don't expect him to fumble this week because I don't expect him to play this week. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me just add a couple more things. Of course, the Cowboys' main weakness on defense is stopping the run. They're 20th in opponent's yards per carry. I don't see how that is too big of a deal here. Robert Woods, leading receiver, 4 for 30. The Titans placed 2 starting offensive linemen on injured reserve this week. Center Ben Jones, right guard Nate Davis. The other three other starters on the line, I should say, were on the injury report. It's a mess. They're a complete mess right now. The defense couldn't get the job done late. The Texans were 5 for 14 on 3rd down. The Titans were incapable of holding a 14-10 lead. Zach Cunningham hurt his elbow in the 2nd quarter. He did not return. He had been activated on injured reserve. I don't expect him definitely to play this week. Bud Dupree hurt his chest. I don't expect him to play this week. Take it away. There's so many moving parts here. Does anything interest you from a betting standpoint? Take it away, Andy. Cowboys, Titans.
Yeah, this is a tough one to get involved with because, Dallas coming in off a massive win, such an important win. Dallas does have things to play for, but again, like we say all the time, they're playing for a win. They don't a cover doesn't help their playoff chances, obviously. So I could see a case made for Cowboys second half, first half, come out, just try to I don't know, impose your will on offense on this team that can absolutely be imposed on. Your defense is so beat up right now. And yes, the Tennessee Titans are even, even Gardner Minshew is quite a bit better than what the Tennessee Titans are putting out at quarterback right now. Like they have to, that was your first quarterback off the board, I think. In the draft, like we waited so long for, or yeah, what was the thought process? It was always going to be Pickett, or no, it ended up being Pickett and then Willis. Now I can't even remember, but like there was a lot of people thinking Willis was going to go pretty high in the draft, and I know some people are saying, well, they haven't tailored the offense to him yet. But it's like, well, can you tailor it to a guy who can't throw the ball very well? Like that seems like a pretty big handicap coming into the NFL. So it's and like Sky Dragons pointing out, Tennessee have nothing to play for. Like the Jacksonville Tennessee thing, it's not the same between the two teams. The Jaguars can get in on a wild card. Tennessee has like no tiebreakers at all. They lost to the Chargers. They can't overcome a couple of other teams based on the tiebreakers and the records now. So if it came out that just like, hey, maybe Derrick Henry is questionable on Wednesday and maybe he doesn't play, like that's not going to surprise anybody. A lot of these players that maybe might play during a regular week get healthy, really throw everything you have at the Jaguars come week 17. It's a weird situation, but man, even if they do try, Willis is not good. This is not an offense I trust at all right now. I don't think they can beat the Jaguars next week. I think they're done. So, Cowboys first half. I mean, if you think the Cowboys are trying, maybe their team total's only going to be like 25. This offense has been putting up 25 every week. Like it's been a very good offense, a very bad defense. So maybe Dallas might give up some points by accident, just based off how badly this defense has played after some injuries. So I do kind of lean to this over, but I just hate overs on Thursday night when teams don't have a full week to prep, especially with, a pretty sad sack offense and nothing to play for Tennessee. So hard lean to the over or the Dallas team total over, but no moves yet.
Wow, I find the over interesting. It wasn't really on my radar, but the more I look at it, the more interesting I find it. You have Sky Dragon on the Titans plus 10. He's on the over for less. It's all the way down to 40 right now. And it looks like there's going to be no weather issues at all. It's going to be warm.
Oh, it's going to be finally nicer. Nashville was nasty last week. Like,
was it ever?
If there, you know what? If there's a 40, I'll make a move. I don't have any bets yet this week. If we got a 40, I'll take a little bit of that.
I find it a very interesting look. Let's find what we can get you at 40 right now for a total, and we can get you 40 minus 111.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Over 40 right now.
Hunt one down and bet it.
Andy over 40 and minus 111. Wow, I think that even if the Cowboys are dominating after the first half, the Titans are going to be able to put up meaningless points late.
Yeah. And someone's asking about the Cowboys' motivation. They are sitting in the 5 seed. So, they can't really do much better than that from the standpoint of, getting anything done for wild card. They're the best wild card. Like there's almost no chance they aren't the best wild card. Like what is it? The Giants are 8-6-1. I don't even think they can be caught. Like they may just be locked into the 5 seed, but with the Eagles, obviously they beat the Eagles, so the Eagles lost. And with the chance that Jalen Hurts may not play again this week, and now that you have that initial bump of, all right, now we know what the game plan is with Minshew. The Saints absolutely have something to play for. If they have to play with a backup quarterback again and they drop another one, it's crazy that the Eagles have been this unstoppable force all year, and they're the best team in the NFC. Like they haven't clinched a division. The Vikings and Niners have, but the Eagles certainly have not. So I mean, there is a scenario where the Dallas Cowboys can take the NFC East crown yet. So they may have nothing to play for, and this will definitely come into play next week, especially for a Washington team who is currently in the 7th spot and has everything to play for. Washington would love to see the Eagles beat the Saints, because then the Cowboys will absolutely have nothing to play for next week, and your Commanders could probably find their way into the playoffs playing against some backups. Not that Dallas's backup quarterback's like 5-1 though as a starter this year. So like it was that much. That defense was much tougher at that point in the season. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, Dallas still does have something to play for, as long as the Eagles haven't won another game yet. And obviously they, being a Thursday game, they'll have no idea how the Eagles' result will have been yet. So yeah, over 40 for me.
Yeah, you're locked in over 40 minus 111. I find that a fascinating breakdown, and that really wasn't really my plan until we broke that down together. I expect to ride with you on that look over the total. 40 for Andy at minus 111.